Welcome, dear students, to your favorite YouTube channel, Shashwati Shama. This is an educational channel. All of you know that this channel is guiding the budding degree and diploma engineers in their pursuits of technical knowledge. My dear sons and daughters, today I have decorated the basket of my discussion with a very important and too often spoken terminology. Two terminologies in management and also in technology, in engineering and technology. These two terms are too often used and very important, and these two terminologies or the terms you need to understand from the very beginning of the discussion on management and technology. Now, what are those two terms? I start with the first one. That is, what is workflow in a business house? The term is workflow. What does this term workflow mean in business house? You see, a business house may be a financial house. That means a bank or a money lending institute where you can make a loan of money, and there also you will find different work processes the officials of that institute are following, or an industry where you are going to join in your service life. Suppose this industry, I give you an example of an industry, a bakery, where biscuits are made, or cakes, loaves, these are made. Now this bakery also follows so many different work flows, and or simply a sales outlet. Suppose a grocer shop, the grocer is selling items on his things he is selling through the sales outlet where a particular product is sold. Suppose a shopkeeper sells branded jam, jelly, snacks, etc., or either it is a branded product or he makes in his home also. And this workflow you will find also in any work in society, in your household, everywhere you will find a workflow. Now, what is the meaning of workflow if it is divided into two parts? The first one is work, the second one is flow. That means a step-by-step procedure of doing work by making the raw material into a finished goods. Now you see, the workflow in management may be defined like this. Workflow management means a process of planned, coordinated and organized executions of business tasks to produce a boosted and economically viable results or finished products. What does this mean? That a raw material is supplied to your workshop and you take this raw material through several sets of operations, and ultimately this raw material is transformed into a finished product which you will send to the purchaser's department, the purchaser or workshop by the shipment. Now, the workflow has got overall three specific form, that is a linear workflow, a circular workflow, and a parallel workflow. In a linear workflow, a set of events, that means suppose you want to, I'm coming to the example. Before that, I gave you the definition of linear workflow. That is a set of events. Events or operations, whatever you say, take place one after another, ending in an expected result or satisfactory product. That means the work is going through a set of operations that I was telling you initially. A set of operations, it is going through a process, and ultimately at the end of the operations, the work, the raw work material is transformed in a finished or goods or product. Okay, that means in the linear workflow, first of all, one operation is completed and a second operation starts. Without the finish of the first operation, the second operation will not start. And when second operation starts, it will finish before the third operation starts. And revert will not be possible. That means the finished good cannot come through the processes in opposite direction and raw material is produced. That will not happen. What happens? The raw material is transformed into a finished product by going through a set of operations, and first operation, second operation, suppose there are 10 operations. The first operation will end and the second operation will start. The second operation will end, the third operation will start. And in this way the process will go, and this is called the linear work. Now I gave you an example. Suppose in an industry, you want to purchase some raw materials for production of a finished goods. Now you see, you make a requisition. What is requisition? That is your demand of raw material, getting it approved by the competent authority. You are not the final decision maker. You are a shop floor manager. You need to manufacture a set of finished goods, and for that you require raw material. For procuring raw material from a vendor, the first step you take is making requisition. This requisition goes to the finance department. Why? Because to get the raw material from a vendor, you need money. And this money should be sanctioned preliminarily by the finance department. So the requisition is gone to the finance department and it is agreed by the finances. That means it is vetted by the finance. Vetted means having the same opinion of that you yourself having. That means he has got the approval for your proposal. The finance department has got approval of your proposal. Then the appeal is approved by higher authority. That means once the finance department has given you the clearance that your proposal can be placed through to the higher authority, and higher authority finds that there is no technical or financial blockage anywhere, the proposal can be approved. The competent authority gives you the permission to proceed with the proposal. Then the proposal goes to the purchase department of your organization, and there the purchase department issues one purchase order. That means this purchase order will allow you to purchase the material, raw material, and the vendor of whom you are wanting this material, who has been awarded the purchase order, will supply you the same within the time frame given in the order. Then materials are delivered. When the order is given to the vendor, for a certain period of time they will have to supply the material and they comply with your request and they give the material to your workshop for processing. And they raise an invoice which is verified by you. After your verification, the finance department will verify whether it is within the monetary framework of order, and the finance gives the permission to the the user department. Suppose user department is allowed to clear the payment of the vendor such a way that the vendor is happy and you, the user department, the finance, all are happy. So what happens? You make requisition, it is agreed by finance, then the appeal is approved by higher authority, then a purchase order is issued by the purchase department, then the raw materials are delivered by the vendor, and after delivering the material, an invoice is raised by the vendor which is verified by user department and finance department, and on agreement of the finance department, the vendor payment is cleared. In the circular workflow, what happens? The events take place such a way that on reaching the last event, the first event restarts. What does that mean? That is, the events are taking place in a cyclic way. That means a set of events starts to take place. And the first event is ended, second event is running, that also ends. Suppose there are 10 events. So when 9th event has come, what is found? That after the 10th event, the total procedure does not end there. The total workflow again takes the restarting. That means after 10th operation, the first operation again starts with the same material having a little changes in the conditions. Suppose there were conditions in the beginning X, Y, Z, and when the restart of the first operation is taking place, the changes are MNO. The conditions are MNO. They have changed, but the operations are the same. Suppose you are a part of retailer. Suppose you are in a retailing shop of a hosiery items, retailer who sells hosieries. In a retail shop, you are dealing with hosiery materials and you are selling them. Now, one day it happens that you have engaged into the workshop, into the retail shop, and you start selling the material. Initially, there is no much foot traffic, that is, the pedestrians are not coming to your shop in a good number. The buyers are in lesser number than it ought to be at that time. Now what happens? That it is the first step, that it is the first operation that you are selling the hosiery items to the buyers. Now your owner gives you a responsibility to sell the items at 30% discount. Suppose at 30%. So you are selling the item at 30% discount. Now you tell your owner of the shop that if some different arrangement could be done, then the sale might increase. But your shopkeeper says that, dear friend, you see that at 30% discount you will get a good profit. So you sell the goods to the buyers, and this is your first operation. Next operation, you are maintaining a sheet in which every day, a day out, you are writing the number of items sold, their price, and their cost, cost price, and the selling price, and the profit on that day. Next, after 1 week, you are sending that report to the manager of the shop. You are in charge and he is the manager. The manager studies that. This is the third operation. Studies the report you have sent after 1 week and sends his report to the owner. And this is the last operation, that owner verifies the sale and the profit level. What happens then? The owner makes a decision after finding the increase in the number of purchaser of your items has increased by, suppose, 20% due to declaration of, you say, the discount of 30%. But profit has increased from first day to the last day of the week only by 5%. So the owner decides that he will engage a man who will give a vendor cry on the street that one sold, one free. In this fashion, the material will be sold. Now this is the sixth operation. And after sixth operation, the selling of the material is again started. You start again selling material with a different condition. That means now the discount rate is, suppose, increased by 10%. Now the owner of the shop has declared that discount rate will be 40% and one sold, one free. In this way, the selling action will be taken by you. So, after sixth operation, that is, the new condition is set on the selling business, the operation, first operation is again started. So, what happens? This is the procedure of, you say, circular workflow. Now, what is parallel workflow? When in the taking place of a set of events, more than one event start to happen simultaneously. At that time, the parallel workflow is set to occur. That means a set of events are allowed to take place. But it is found that, as in the linear workflow, the first one will have to be completed before the second one starts, and that should end before the third event starts to take place. Not that. The occurrence of the events are not in that fashion. Rather, one or more than one events are taking place at the same time. Now let me give you an example. To give example of the parallel workflow, I mention the working on nut and bolt. Suppose here is a raw material of the bolt. Let me cut the raw material of the bolt such that from that cut out portion the nut will be made. Okay. Now after this cutting operation, suppose the second operation is turning of the bolt and thread cutting in the nut. Now in the shank of the bolt, the turning operation is taking place. Suppose this is the second operation, and in the thread cutting in the nut is the third operation. Or you say, when thread cutting of the knot is going on, the turning, facing is completed on the bolt and bolt head, and the thread cutting of the bolt is started. The thread cutting of the bolt will not in any way interfere with the internal thread cutting of the knot. So this is the example of parallel workflow. I give another very nice example of parallel workflow. Suppose you have gone to the roll corner where the rolls are sold, the chicken rolls. Suppose you want to purchase 3 chicken rolls for your family. Now you give the order to the shopkeeper or the shop owner that you need 3 chicken rolls. What happens now? The skilled worker starts frying the bread. The semi-skilled worker breaks the egg and drops the yolk of the egg into the glass. And the unskilled worker chops the carrot, cucumber, onion, chili, etc. to mix with the yolk of the egg. And after frying, they have all these 3 persons started the events of making chicken roll separately, and at the same time they have started the events. Now when the bread is fried, it is mixed with yolk, and then the vegetables are set on the bread, and it is rolled and it is delivered to you. You pay the cash and come home. So in this example you find that the 3 operations, that is frying, breaking egg and chopping the vegetables, have started simultaneously. So here you see I finish one thing, that is the description and different types of workflow in a short manner. Now I will discuss a pertinent word in the management, that is onboarding. When onboarding, the process of introducing a newly employed person with working philosophy, work culture, and also get intimated with the team members who are already in the workforce of the shop floor or in any other department, the employees there. When a newcomer is introduced to everything of an industry, it is called the employee onboarding. That is, he is introduced to the working philosophy, he is told about the work culture, he is intimated with the team members, he is given the introduction to the machines in the industry, and somewhere he is given the charge of CUG, that is corporate use group, user group, mobile. He is given a sitting arrangement, a computer, and in this way he is imbibed in the body of the industry such a way that the employee does not feel any disturbance during the execution of his work. And this familiarization of the employee with the working principles, the everything of the organization is called the employee onboarding. When a shopkeeper, now comes the user onboarding. When a shopkeeper, for the increase of his product sale, say mobile phone, he displays the operational details of the phone on a screen, on a video screen in his shop so that the customers understand the use of the phone easily, because the cell phone has got some special uses, and he makes a detailed discussion on that use of the phone, and the customers who comes to his shop is attracted by this depiction of detail of the mobile, of the new mobile launched by a service provider, by a mobile company, and the customers are attracted by the new and special operations of the mobile, and they purchase that mobile in a good number, and there is the profit of the seller. There the procedure is called user onboarding. So this is the two kinds of onboarding. One is employee onboarding, that is familiarizing the industry with the newcomer, new employee, that is employee onboarding, and the familiarization of the product which has come into the market very newly and having very specialities apart from operations of other mobiles. Suppose mobile is a commodity, any commodity having specialities, and those specialities are demonstrated in the video screen, and the customers are attracted by those operations, and they purchase the commodity, and the seller makes a good profit from the sale. Now, my dear sons and daughters, I have just now discussed two important terms in management and technical technology, that is workflow and onboarding. If you like to have such type of discussions in this channel, please give your comments and suggestions in the comment box, and I request you all not to forget press the like button for the new viewers who have viewed this or who have watched this video till the end. Should not forget to press the subscription button, and all are requested, both new viewers and the old viewers, to share the material, to share the video to as many people as you can. So for the time being, I take goodbye from all of you. Wish you best of luck.